Yeah, it takes us to get ready, before even recording, about 20 minutes of chit chat.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, just usually organizing which topics, because like throughout the weeks or week, we usually just, hey, I thought about this. Let's talk about this for the pod. Write it down. And then so we just before actually starting the pod, we kind of pick which ones we're going to talk about.
And also, like, we'll be honest, we record these in advance a lot of times because, like,
we usually, especially as of late, and there's a reason for that, which that's actually going to be in the next pod.
I mean, we could mention it. We could mention it slightly.
I guess
here.
we could briefly mention it. Just the fact that we're trying to get ahead with these because we are both going back to work here in about a month's time, and we work not a 9 to 5. It's like, well, we officially start at 7:30, but we're always
7
there usually.
to 5.
Yeah, you might as well say 7 to 5. Actually, sometimes 6 o'clock. And then by the time you get home, it's probably like 6:30. By the time I get home, it's like 7. Anyway, so no time. And plus we have our personal YouTube channels, which we got to try to keep up. But we'll talk more about that in the next pod.
Yep.
But for this one, we figured, let's, cause we played some games lately. And that there's one I know we both played and we both agreed that was like, we both enjoyed it. There's one that you played I'm about to, but yeah, like we wanted to talk about firstly was games we liked and then talk about maybe some that we're looking forward to, but because like there's some games that I find, like actually another one right off the top of my head is that Secret Lab Cleaner or Secret whatever.
I was excited to play that.
Yeah, but it's like the name is just awful. No offense to the developer, but the name is so bad that it does the game no justice. And so that brings me to the one I wanted to talk about, give a little shout out, is Creepy Shift, Uncle Joe's Hotel or Motel.
Pop-up probably above.
But yeah, like we both played that game. I'll talk a little bit about it. He talked about what he thought. He actually told me about it. He was like, hey, he played this game and he was telling me about what it was like and how he enjoyed it. So I was like, yeah, okay, sweet. I'll give that one a go because I had it on my wish list, but I just go through anything that's new. If it looks remotely interesting, throw it on my wish list, and then afterwards I'll go and actually check. But anyway, so I was like, all right, sweet, I'll record that. So I played it, thinking again, because I was going to play it, when I said I was going to play it, obviously CrayJayy doesn't actually, you don't want to spoil it for me, so he just said it was good. So I didn't know what to expect as far as, he said like, the general idea is that you work at a motel and you're cleaning. But other than that, I was like, I didn't know what to expect. And so I started playing it, and the name, again, not really the best name. The Uncle Joe's Motel thing makes sense because that's like the name of the place in the game. But like Creepy Shift sounds really, really bad. Like it sounds like a 2012 free asset Unity flip game. Like I don't know. So I played it, and first thing that surprised me was voice acting. And I hope that it's real voice acting. I don't know. You never know nowadays if it's AI or not. But anyway, it sounded real because there was like stutters and breaths and, certain parts that sounded real. So the voice acting surprised me because it was actually really good. And then the actual, like, as you're playing through it, like the core aspect of the game is like you take this part-time job or this temporary job to work at a motel and you're cleaning all these rooms. But it was done actually fun. Like not every room was the exact same. Like, I mean, there were same objects you had to do, but each room had a theme and then hidden puzzles. But then as it progressed, the story, I was like, because it kept doing these like flashback things. And I was like, really, by the time I was done, which I record for 2 hours and 7 minutes, I'm almost done editing. Actually, I got to finish editing that. But yeah, I was like pleasantly surprised. I was like, I think I said it in my video that I'm like, this was like a breath of fresh air. Because you play a lot of games that are just kind of rinse and repeat. And that's another thing we're going to talk about later. But like a lot of the time lately, every game is very, cut and dry. Like you finish the recording session and it doesn't leave you impacted, or it doesn't make you don't leave the recording session like, man, I'm going to be thinking about this game for a while. That one I actually ended, I was like, oh my God. Like, I was like, this was actually like a breath of fresh air. It was something cool. I really liked how it was done. It ran great. The sound design was awesome. And I wanted to mention what I thought of it because I thought the game deserves more love. And I think, like I said, same with Secret Lab. I think the Steam store photo and the title is not doing it justice. So I hopefully enough people give it a chance, because I think if people do, they'll like it.
And I think it's it's also a game where you're not going to see a lot of YouTubers play it probably because of the title. But yeah, like games like that, it's so like relieving to play, like because like you're going in, like there's some dry spells when you're recording and whatnot, and you're like, okay, well, it's a roll of the dice. And I've always enjoyed like Power Wash Simulator, cleaning games. Like I'll 100% those every time I play them because I just enjoy them.
Yeah, I see you on Steam in Power Wash Simulator.
I'll 100% those, like, and I did with this game because it was so good. And yeah, the ending specifically, because I don't want to give too much spoilers, actually made me cry. And I left that in because did you
post today?
I didn't post today.
Oh wait, today's Wednesday. Yeah,
so tomorrow. So I'm debating on whether Birds Watching, which is the other one that I'll discuss.
I can't talk about yet, but yeah, you can talk about it.
And I won't give away too much, but yeah, like I actually cried in it, and I left it in because it was such a meaningful message, and like it just hit close to home. But yeah, I'm excited for that to get. Hopefully, people give it a chance and give it its flowers because it deserves it.
Yeah. Well, I just quickly want to add, like there's been on my original channel, back in the day, I had like 1,800 videos. So some videos I posted back in the day, not a whole lot. I think I made like 6 or 7 episodes of 3 games in one. But let's just say I had 1,800 videos, so that means I played. Oh, and I guess technically no, because some of the games I would have played for multiple parts. But it's safe to say probably that on that channel alone, I probably played at least 1,000 games. You know that's being conservative because, like I said, 1,800 videos. Some of them were vlogs, some of them were whatever. But let's just say 1,000. Out of those 1,000 games, maybe on one or two hands I could count the ones that left an impact or that I remember all these years later. And I remember like certain ones that when I played through them on the channel, like not only did it leave an impact on me, but it left an impact on my viewers in the sense of like years can pass, but that's one of the ones where people like, they're like, I've gone back and rewatched it. When I played the game, and actually I compared Creepy Shift to this game, not because they're completely different as far as like styles, like one's a horror game and one's more of like a story, not horror, but like adventure, I guess, maybe. Yeah. But Firewatch, that old story-driven game from 2016, I compared it because in Creepy Shift, the other thing that was really good was this music that played in the background. It was really kind of peaceful and cozy, and then when it got scary, like that was really nice. And the voice acting and just the vibe, I compared it to Firewatch. But yeah, Firewatch, when I played that back in the day, that's one of those series that, oh my gosh, like I still to this day like just love it, and it like made such an impact. And I remember when I was playing it, both myself, when I would end a video, I was like, man, I want to record another one because I'm like, what's gonna happen next with Delilah and Hank was his name, or Henry? It was Henry, I think. But because the whole game you never get to see the person you're talking to in the other watchtower is Delilah, but and I remember my viewers like, oh my gosh, like it was building up to like at the end was like it seemed like you were finally going over to her tower to meet her because you kind of build this connection and start making feel. And I remember in myself, but also my comment section were filled like, I cannot wait for the next episode. Are we finally gonna meet Delilah? And it's like, so stuff like that. Like when you play these games that are like actually makes an impact. That's what really, I think, like I said, let's say you go a month and out of like 30 days, let's say you post, let's just say 20 videos. Even if you just have like a couple of those really good ones, I find for me, that's what keeps my love for it. Cause those dry spells, if they go on for a long time of like nothing new, just kind of playing the same thing, cause that's all that's out there. That's when it starts to get like a little, not boring per se, but you start to feel that like slight burnout of like, come on, you know what I mean? Like you just want that and something good. So yeah, I just, like I said, I really enjoy Creepy Shift. There's been a handful of games like that on the new channel that I played.
Well, it also had like probably one of the best jump scares ever. Like I literally got
which part?
Goosebumps.
Because I got jump scared real good too. I can't remember what part, because I was just editing it yesterday.
I think it was like you're walking randomly and then all of a sudden something pops up and then it just for some reason it got me like super because you weren't expecting it. You're cleaning, like you're like calm, and then all of a sudden,
and the game wasn't really like a jump scary game, so that's why I think what got me too.
Yeah. But yeah, like just uniqueness in games, like especially like birds watching. Like I'll give it such a unique take on a horror game, because bird watching, like you think about it, you're
I know, right?
Horror, like how is that possible? They made it happen. I'll tell you that much, and I won't go too much in detail because
I still gotta record it.
Yeah, so but I felt bad though, because there's one guy that keeps on talking to you, and he keeps on saying this like around roughly the same thing. So near the end of it, I just skipped the dialogue. I was like, lore, we don't need it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was good. I will just warn you, some birds chirping, really sharp on the ears. So
oh really?
Yeah, just heads up on that one.
All right. Also, what I was doing while you were talking is I brought up my channel, all my videos, because I just wanted to quickly go through them and give a little shout out, maybe talk a little bit about some of the ones that stuck out to me as well. So I don't know if you were done talking. If so, then I have my channel brought up.
We can have this episode just you talking. I'll just be like, yeah.
No, I'm good.
I'm good. I did what I said.
If you're done, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Because if you have other games you wanted to shout out, that's what I meant. Like first, I'm not going to go into great detail for every single one of these, but like just just quickly shout out. One of the first ones I played that was like so much fun was The Dead Seat. Another hidden gem I thought was Rotten Crop.
Yeah, that was really cool. Rotten Crop, I think needs more love than actually it got.
Yeah, because it actually like kind of flopped on my channel, and I remember I uploaded our first collab. This was my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was my 6th video. I uploaded our first collab on the channel, which was Keep It Running Together. Don't need to shout out that game; it was kind of mid. But but then literally, I thought Rotten Crop was so good that I was like, I'm uploading this as well, same day, and it flopped. But anyway, it's actually been slowly getting views. But Rotten Crop was really fun. Just the idea of like, it's kind of a messed up game.
Yeah,
I will say the idea is a messed up game. You have like neighbors around you on your farm, and so you play the role of this character that killed. I can't remember if it's
I think it's killed.
Yeah. But anyway, you're basically having to hide the body by make it into like feed for the farm. But then you have your neighbors watching you and cameras, and cops show up, and then they're like walking around, and you have to like, it's anyway, really messed up, but really fun game that I thought was super underrated. Dread Flats. I mean, first game that those developers made. I played the demo of their most recent one.
Same.
Seems pretty decent. Definitely not as cool as Dread Flats, but Dread Flats for classic horror was great. Any more you want to talk about, and then we'll kind of jump back and forth.
Okay. Let me look at my dead cam.
I just started at the end, so.
Okay. Dead cam would have. I think I wish that because the way they did it.
Which one? Because wasn't there 2 dead cams?
Oh yeah. Technically, there's 2. Dead cam, the one that the
Japanese
school.
Okay, yeah.
They're the way they were talking about it was going to be episodic, and it was going to different tales, and I was excited for that. Like I'm hoping that they still do that, but like from the looks of it, it's not. But like that was a cool one. I mean, True Nightmare Roadside Cafe, that one did really well on my channel, and that one's really good. Dead Take was good. Obsession,
one of my the Obsession series so far, yeah, that's good. One of my favorites that I've ever played on my channel. Again, this was early on this new channel's journey, it's one of those games where it was so much fun that I'm like waiting for the developers to put out another game. Hopefully similar style, but it was a game called Last Report. It kind of has this pixel art graphic style. You like work at this like forest ranger cabin or something like that, but then things start. Anyway, I can't even do it justice by explaining it. Just watch my video. No, or just look up the game on Steam. But one of the, like I said, and I'm surprised. Actually, what made me super happy was not only was it one of my favorites, it actually did perform quite well on my channel, especially because this was right when I started the channel. So that was really cool. Bleak Haven. I mean, I gotta get around to playing the full game of that. I played the demo. I really enjoyed it, and
it was good. I mean, it was strange story, but good.
Yeah.
One last clip. Anomaly game that one of my favorites. There was, I mean, okay, so one of the best ones I did on my channel, and it did it well, but it was meant to be hard. Time for Bed.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I don't even think I can get close to those, but yeah, it was talk about a tough game. That was a tough game. But yeah,
Treasure Tiger. It's a cool little one where you have this like thing trying to break in your house, but the whole point is you're supposed to play on your mobile phone, but gambling. It's a cool little fun game. I know we both played Ludo. That was cool. Yeah, that was really well done. Story.
Yeah, the Stanley Parable, because like as a
type one,
horror game.
That's literally what I titled my part 1 of Ludo. Stanley Parable meets horror.
Well, besides that, there hasn't been. I mean, I could tell you the ones that I didn't enjoy, but which still did well.
I was gonna say that might take up longer. No, but like Slackjaw was another one I thought was cool.
Slackjaw, man, I was so upset that they added achievements after I recorded that. I was like,
oh yeah,
cool. I'm like, great.
But yeah, I'm like looking at Face of Another. I think we both played that one. That was pretty good. Bad Cheese, that was fun. 1920s cartoon style.
This year's
our both of our favorites, Bad Midwife.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
The Wellmont's case.
That was a good one recently. As far as like classic scary horror, Wellmont's case is great. No, I'm Not a Human. Really cool one. I mean that's a given. That game was really well done. Everyone played it. I liked The Lightkeeper as well. That was fun.
Yeah.
Story wise, Sleep Awake was great. I really liked it. And then you have like more basic ones that like were good, like, you know, Shift at Midnight, super fun. Probably my favorite collab video we've done so far.
I'm excited for that one to come out. And
yeah,
we could talk about a little bit the collabs on as a topic too, because we've discussed about how...
I'll just speed run the last few I have. Skin Freak, Puppet Combo, Black Eyed Priest, of course. Hellmart. Suffocate was a Taiwanese horror game I played, story driven one. That was really good. It actually started out good, started out like mid, I would say like 6 out of 10 rating, but got better as it went on. Some of the ones I hit really jumped out at me. Like I said, Secret Lab Cleaner was cool. Nothing crazy, but it was fun. She's Leaving was another story one I played. I really enjoyed that one. Actually, when I was playing it, I remember I just didn't want to stop playing it. So
I won too. One last one. Bathroom Dilemma. It's a short one, but it was so it was fun. Like it was just jump scare central, but like you're on the toilet and you just get jump scared. It was funny.
The last couple I have would be Broken Lore Unfollowed. That one criminally flopped on my channel, but it was really good as far as horror games. We said the one. Skin Stapler, funny little PlayStation one, but in a world where there's a lot of those, that one actually was funny and I enjoyed it. But I think
voice acting too for PS1 style.
Umagari
is rare.
Umagari was fun, but yeah, and then that's pretty much it as far as like. There's other good ones. Like there are all the other ones. Most of the ones I played have been good. There's been some that I was like, that was not great. And there's been a few that were really bad that I just stopped halfway through the recording and just didn't even bother continuing. But yeah, like the collabs we could talk about if you want.
Yeah.
We've done a decent amount. Like the first one we did was Keep It Running Together.
Yeah, like
that was just you work in a factory that there's like this big blob monster as your boss basically. And if you do anything wrong, he'll get mad and then eventually he'll come and get you. But that one's, like I said, mid.
A lot of mine, I don't know, seem to do better.
Well, I was gonna say we were talking about this anyway, just between ourselves.
Yeah,
that we kind of were saying how on my channel, for example, the more comical collab videos have been more flops as far as views go. I still been posting because as long as I enjoy, like there's been one.
Yeah, you're like,
no, two that I haven't. One that I completely decided that like I was editing it and then I was like, probably not going to upload it at all because it was just backseat drivers, because there was so little content to it in the first place. Like 10 minutes, I might have been able to get 10 minutes worth, but it was not. I'm editing it and I'm like,
and it was 10 minutes for me. 5 views, 5 views. It was. But yeah, like we've kind of decided, and like if you're coming from Aaron's channel,
try to see our next collab actually hit her, like our second collab, Shift at Midnight. See, like that one did great. Yeah.
We kind of decided like, because like your audience likes the more horror rather than comical.
Well, to me, that's like it can have comical. Like I would say, like Piece of Ship. What was the other one we just did? Follow Us. I wouldn't even say those are horror at all. I mean, the mannequins moving, but like, whereas comical but with a little horror, I think they do okay. Like Good Boy flopped initially, but slowly has been getting views. Which is funny because that one I think did pretty good on your channel even from day one.
Yeah.
But and then let's see, Silent Breath multiplayer. That's like straight up horror game, and we had the intro skit that did quite well on my channel.
I think the issue was, especially for like the past, like I do feel like the Piece of Ship, because we haven't posted that yet, but I think it won't do as good because those are more task based where you have to focus on what you're doing or else you're screwed. And
and that's kind of another thing we could even kind of elaborate on is like Follow Us. That's the last collab I just posted of ours. And I ended up, we played, well, I won't count the first run where we didn't know what to do, but then we played it from where he was guiding me. So I'm the one running around. He's in the van guiding me. And then we did it both. I edited from my point of view, like my video, I put in where I'm out running around and then he's on the camera, like watching the cameras and stuff. When it come time to switch, I didn't even bother putting that in my video because as I was starting to watch it, it's just me saying, okay, now what camera is this? Okay, go. It was like trying to find that balance of like, commentating versus just literally like where it's completely task based. You're like, oh, okay, maybe go here. Okay, try that. Like, it's like it didn't come across as, I even found it boring, and it's my own video.
Well, yeah, I had like 40 minutes. It did what? It's 37 views.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, that's
the thing.
I
think that's with my channel. So like that's a little different. Where a lot of my videos are more showing more of what's going on rather than what like jump cuts, which I'm okay with because like with both styles, right? But like, well, it's like the creepy shift. I showed like the cleaning start, but after that I was like, oh, we get in the room, oh, this is what we have to do. I cut.
Oh really? And that's the thing, I left most of that in. Well, I cut out parts where I was running to get supplies, but
if it was like the same thing and nothing was really happening, I cut the cleaning aspect where that, because like, well, what else is? So I guess we
literally just like
swapped.
Yeah.
But
well, and that's the other thing. Like, it kind of depends on how your channel is growing from day one. Like, back in my initial go, I was the guy that did everything in a game. Like I made sure I beat it. I got every ending, or literally I would go explore every aspect of it. And so that was my thing. That's what made me start getting views. So anytime I played a game, it was like, I always had to beat it. I always had to beat it on the hardest difficulty as well. Or I had to go explore. Like Rise of Strangers back in the day was literally, not only did I beat it, but then I went back and I picked every single dialogue options. That was one of my videos where I just chose every single dialogue options. And then people saying, well, can you try this? Like, what happens if you jump out while you're inside a tunnel? And so like, I was that guy that just did every idea. But this time around, like, I didn't want that to be, because then it just puts a lot of pressure. Because then I remember there were games that I played back in the day that were so difficult, that took me so many tries and hours and hours and hours, that I don't know if it's just as I've gotten older, but I don't want to do that. Like, especially if it's a game that I don't enjoy. Like, I played games where it's like I beat it, I was happy I beat it, I was like I was done, but because I was the guy that beat all the games on the hard, I had to like do that, and it was like it was like I said, frustrating. And then I would upload a video and everyone would like, it would get the views and stuff, but like I had to make comical effect from me being like frustrated and annoyed for like 75% of the video.
Yeah, to edit it would be like 12 hours for like 10-minute footage.
Yeah, basically 15 minutes at most back then.
Yeah, like there was one game that I played on my channel, and I at the end of it, I wasn't even editing it properly. I mean, I beat it, but because I got 100% on the achievements, but that's because that's all the achievements. It's beat the game. But Cult Vein,
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah,
by the end of your video, you're just like,
I wasn't even, well, to this day, it's 2.7% of players have beat the game.
Yeah,
that is crazy, and that's game been out since January, and it was like, what was 12? It was like 12 hours and or certain video, and I know like part of the video is like chopped and like audio was screwed, and I was like, I don't care.
Well, that's the thing, right? That's what I mean when you're starting a channel, and this goes for anyone. Like, you kind of got to decide what type of guy or what type of creator you want to be. Do you want to be that creator?
Yeah. Well,
because if so, then that will put you in like a separate niche where you could maybe have a bit more of a bit less competition, because you're gonna have a lot of people that don't want to do, you know, like the really hard stuff or 100%ing stuff. But then it's like, you might end up getting stuck in that, and then
you
that's
might
where
have
you
to
gotta make the
time,
choice.
and then you kind of have to decide like how, like, what's your posting schedule, and like,
yeah,
that's why I decided, like, if I buy a game and I really want to beat it, because like Time for Bed was another one that was like real difficult, but I wanted to beat it. But like, if it's easy to get the 100%,
yeah,
I'll take the time, especially if I enjoy the game. Like the Obsession games, super easy to 100% it. The Creepy Shift, easy at 100% it. Like it did take me a little bit to find the last secret photo, and of course it was like in a weird spot, but
yeah, that's the only thing I didn't do was all the secret photos. I found some, but then I was like,
one of them's on a tree, and then
I found like three or four.
Well, there's one in each room, and then there's one around the top of the buildings.
Yeah, I found the ones on the tops, but
yeah, like it. So like for me, is like, if I enjoy the game, I'll do it. Yeah. And if it's easy to do, then, you know, if it takes me, like, for example, Chicana was another one where it's like, well, I could 100%, you know, but am I willing to play 2 hours of the game again to get to the point where, as like Obsession was like, oh, start from this with this decision to try to get this, and it was like super easy. So
and that's the other thing too. It's like the time balance, right?
Yeah.
Like some, like what you're saying, allows you to pick right up, and like Umagari, I got all the endings in that one because like it said start, like when it let me restart, it just started me literally at the end, where all I had to do is just make a different choice, different dialogue options. But then some of them is like you have to replay the whole thing, and I'm like, well, it took me 2 hours to play it the first time. You could probably speed it up a little bit because now you know what to do. But then it's like,
did you enjoy it?
That time could be spent recording another video. And so, and whereas we're, you know, can be short on time anyway, especially with work coming back up, it's like now more than ever, I'm like, I don't got time to be, even like there's games that I bought that I want to record that look cool, but they're like 7 hours long. And I'm like, holy crap, like that's such a huge commitment right now. So I haven't got around to recording them.
I think that that's the day and age that we live in nowadays. Like,
this can transition into our next topic about like the games trends and stuff.
Yeah, like as our, like, I wouldn't say like our focus, like, but like, you know, we live in a day and age of TikToks and stuff. But as content creators, you kind of want to go from, okay, I have to, well, especially when you're working 9 to 5, as is like you have to record now, and get this done so I can post like either right away or like, oh, this is on Thursdays. Okay, well, I want to record like a few days before so I have enough time to edit and, you know, post.
And that's the full transparency here. It is kind of funny because like if I buy a game for myself, like let's say a full price $90 game, I'm hoping that I can get hundreds of hours out of it.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like I said with the whole thing with the YouTube stuff, it's not necessarily that I don't like long games, because I've played some that I like, and I ended up, if they were quite long, I just broke them into parts because that's what I prefer. But I loved it, and I loved having that much time, like where, like I said, most of the time if it's super long, I'll break it up into parts because I don't know. For me to record like 7 hours in one sitting, it's just not what I want to do. But those I enjoy, but the caveat is as long as the game maintains the funness, because like if you have a game that it's like 3 hours long, but like it gets real boring after the first hour, well then you're like, you have to slog through it, and then that affects your energy levels, because then you're like, it's hard. Like your Cult Vein was a perfect example. You started out as every other video, woo, it's great, you know, and then but like I remember like towards the end, I know. And there was a few that I was like that, where I'm like, especially if you're like stuck and you know you're going to be cutting that part out of the video, I'm like way down here. And there's most of the time when I know I'm going to be like, okay, I'm back to where I need to be, I'll be like, okay. And I'll just cut and jump. I'll be like, hey guys, now I'm, you know, okay, I found out what to do. There was a couple games where I'm like, I didn't even bother or I cut it, but I didn't even bother getting back up and sitting up in my seat. I was still like this for the rest of the video. I'm trying to remember which game it was. I don't remember, but, so it's not that it's like you don't want the long stuff. It's just for video's sakes, because the whole trend now on YouTube is, and I guess that's where you got to make the end decision is like, well, you might get less views, which you probably will if you split it up into parts, because everyone's just going to be uploading it in one. But do you want to do you upload it in one long video and enjoy it less and burn through what normally you could have 3 videos out of? Now you're only getting 1 video out of. Or do you just take the little bit less maybe views on your part 2, 3, whatever, however long, and then just upload in parts? Because the more I thought about it, I think I'm just going to start doing that. Is just, I don't care if everyone else is doing this trend of like
full videos.
Like Resident Evil 9, 12-hour long. Like I would never do that. Personally,
well, that's why I did the stream. I did the one game of the Pogs Playtime Chapter 5 because I was like, well, I kind of want to just get it done and because I did with Silent Hill 2 where I had like multiple parts, and then I decided to start doing the one stream a week because I was thinking ahead of time, like during the working season, well, that'll make it easier on me.
Yeah, actually, you just said something that clarified 100% of my lack of motivation to play a game for YouTube like long, like 4 or 5 hours. It's not that I don't enjoy or can't get through the recording process. It's when I'm done and know I have to edit 6 hours of content. That part, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then it's mostly cutting. Cutting takes probably the longest part because you're like, you have to watch it.
Exactly, because I don't know, when I record a video, it's usually because I just record at night. That's just when I have the most time, and that's usually when I in the daytime I'm doing things around the house or whatever I got to get there, but or working out. So I usually record in the evening after I eat supper. So then when I get done recording, let's say a 4-hour recording, let's say a 4-hour game, I'm not going to then edit it immediately. Usually by then it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So I'm tired. Like I'm already getting to be tired. And then I have to transfer the files over. So by then I'm like, I'm going to bed. So then by the time I get around to editing it the next day or the day after, I've completely forgot which times of the videos that I need to like cut out. Or again, there might be parts where you're talking, like, you know, because if you're not talking, you can, little secret tip inside of that. If you're not talking, which most people do this, by the way, if a YouTuber is playing a game and they're stuck, usually they'll just stop commentating because we know, okay, I'm stuck. I'm not going to leave this in. So that way when you're editing, you can see that your wave from your voice, like your microphone input, there's nothing. So okay, I can cut this out. But then there's times where you are talking
But it's
then
not.
by the time you actually, exactly, by the time you go back and you're watching it and you're editing, you're like, nah, this is actually boring. I'm going to cut this out. So then, yeah, you end up having to basically watch your whole video. And what I've started doing is, but it speeds it up slightly, but I'll hit the fast forward button and let my video play through like 1.5 speed or 2 times speed. Because any faster than that, then it's like, I can't even understand what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know. It's just the editing part that I don't want to do for like 4 hours, 5 hours.
Well, yeah, like especially upcoming, doing working season too. Like, time management is like the key thing you gotta keep in mind, and that's why I said like I decided to do the 1 stream a week, because I'm like, well, okay, then I can edit Thursdays during the week, and then I can edit Saturdays on Saturday because I have responsibilities, so I can edit Saturdays video on Saturday. I can edit Sunday's video on Sunday, but then I can also record at night. So it's kind of like, okay, I can figure it out then. And we kind of went off topic on the.
Well, I was gonna say, we're on this topic. Do you want to talk about this now in this ep? Because we still got about almost half the ep to go. So do you want to talk about doing the YouTube all 9 to 5, since we kind of ended up here anyway? Yeah.
It kind of flowed good, and yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we might as well. We were gonna save this for the next pod, but since we kind of it just naturally progressed to here, so we'll just talk about it here. But because we were gonna talk about doing YouTube while working a 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, whatever your job is, but we just say 9 to 5 as in full-time job. But for us personally, we, like I said, we work longer than that. We work basically, like, I pick you up at what time? Like, do I meet you at like 6:45, 7?
6:45.
Okay, yeah. So what time do you leave your house?
I think I leave here 6:45.
Okay, so basically 6:45, and you might be getting home like anywhere between 5:30 to 6:30. Let's just say. There's been days where we worked later, even 7. But yeah, so we're basically out of our house for 12 hours. So whether we're working from like 10, usually our normal work days was 9 to 10 hours a day. Yeah. But we're out of our house for like 12 hours. So trying to do YouTube, because him and I have been having this conversation, because I was telling him like just off camera or whatever, just on Messenger or whatever, we're talking that I am a little bit, but luckily we both kind of thought of ideas, like he was just saying about the stream, doing 1 stream a week. But like, I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm going to film a vlog for my personal channel and mention it too, but not nervous, but it's just, I just know that it's going to be, because I've committed, and I'm super proud that I've managed to, because I remember when I first bumped it up to 4 videos a week, and I decided like this is what I want to do. Like, this every other day is what I do, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I'm actually super happy, because there's only been like one couple times where I was like, if I was sick like this spot where I didn't get the video up, but like I've been nailing the consistency, and I've been doing it long enough now that it's actually quite easy. Like, now once you get in the groove of things, it's actually not, I wouldn't say easy, but it is. It's easy to commit to that, consistency now. I still got to put in the work of editing and all the stuff and recording, but I mean, I got in the groove. It's just like anything, whether you're going to the gym for the first time or, learning to do something. At first, it's going to be challenging, but once you are cutting out sugar or junk food, once you get over that hump, then it becomes easier. But I am a little bit, like I said, a little bit nervous, because I know how long our work takes us. And by the time I get home, I literally then eat supper. And then, like I said, so my window of being able to edit videos is like, we work Monday through Friday. So I'll have the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, or I should say Friday evening, Saturday, Sunday. But Sunday, I don't know about you, but I'm not up as late on Sunday, because I got to make sure you're up in the morning for work. So it's like, really, I'll have Friday evening, Saturday, and Sunday midday, So I'm just thinking like, okay, that's going to be, I have to get 4, because during the week, my goal is like, basically, if I can get it kind of all done for the week coming, like, so finish it, have it all done on the weekend. So that way, when I'm going to work for the week, I don't have to come home, try to record and then edit. Like, that's just going to be way too hard. But luckily, like, and this is a tip for any of you maybe that are doing it, is find or sit back and look at your channel or whatever, and maybe try to find something or change something of way to make that easier, rather than, because the problem is, if you just keep up to like trying to keep up a pace that you maybe can't keep up, and eventually you get burnt out, and then you start up, like that's going to affect your growth, your viewers' perception of you, because they don't know, like you can say all these things about like, you know, guys, I'm really busy, but they're not there in your personal life to see that, so they don't actually know. I mean, most of them, if they're real supporters, they'll understand, but there's a large of them that they'll be like, is he actually that busy, right? So you don't want to. The end goal is to try to stay consistent, because YouTube loves consistency. That's the other thing. So, for example, like, well, I'll let you talk about what your plan was, but for me, I play a game on my channel now. I've been playing, love the game, super highly recommend. But Vane is a zombie survival game, open world, and it's a type of game where I can choose how long. I basically record for an hour, because that's how long I want the videos to be, 45 minutes to about an hour. But I usually sit down, record for an hour. There's not much I cut out, because going into each episode, because now mine's like a series, like a long running series, I decide what I'm going to do that episode before going into it. So that way I'm not in the game thinking like, oh, what should I do? So I have a couple goals I think of ahead of time. Like, okay, this episode, I'm going to go get medical supplies. Or going to go to the quarantine zone. Anyway, so then I go in the episode, and there's not much I cut out. Maybe a couple little cuts here and there, but it's super easy to record. It's super fun. It's like the game I'm enjoying the most on my channel. And for my viewers, they like the less for that game. I don't really do any crazy edits or nothing. That's my viewers, like, we all kind of seem like that's the style that everyone likes the best. And so that's super easy. So I decided, like, okay, since that series has gained traction for my channel, and it's actually getting more and more support as far as likes and interaction, and even views, that what I decided, because before I kind of uploaded just whenever I had time, but now I decided, okay, 4 videos a week. One of those slots is going to be Vane, because it's easy, and I can kind of get a little bit ahead. Like if I want to record like 2 Vane episodes in one sitting, I can do that, or even 3 probably. I could get ahead on Vane, so that way I'm good for, like, if I record, let's say 4 Vane videos there, that's a whole month's worth of that. So now I only got to worry about 3, days of content. And so another game I'm thinking about, I was going to start bringing on the channel, was my other longtime favorite survival game that always used to do really well on my old channel, was The Long Dark. But because it's an old game and I've done the game, I did like 100-day challenge. I've played the hard difficulties. I'm going to do a new challenge where I'm going to start it out as 30 days. And if it goes on longer and people want me to keep going, I'll keep going, but no indoors. Like, I haven't worked out all the kinks. I think I'll allow myself to go loot indoors, but I can't stay indoors for any period of time. I can loot and get out. But yeah, like something like that's going to be similar as far as Vane. Easy to record. Kind of go, it's on my own schedule. I can decide what happens in the game. I can end it at any time, because those games you could just save it at any point. So yeah, things like that. And then, like I said, then I only got to worry about 2 horror games per week, because they're the ones that, like, you buy a horror game, you don't know. A lot of the times what I'll do now is I'll Google it ahead of time to see what's the runtime. But a lot of times, if it's a brand new game, no one knows yet. So you can buy a game, sit down and record it, and you're like, oh my God, I've been recording for 3 hours. I'm still not done yet. So
yeah. And I think it's going to be like a little harder for you, because yours every other day. Yeah, especially during the week. Whereas
I still get ahead though.
Yeah, whereas my I've always thought, like, I'll do mine on the weekends, because like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll be busy during the week, and then I'll have time, on the weekend, and that's why I decided to stream, because like I've enjoyed streaming, and it gives it a longer view time. Also, it'll help with hours, because like I also put that in mind, because even my Requiem last stream, there was 3 people consistently through the entire thing. So like but yeah, like that for me was the thing I wanted to do, because I wanted to stream on Friday, because it'll give me time to relax. Like I can relax that day. We're streaming this, guys, come join and watch. So I've done that, and I've been really proud that I was also consistent for this long, for, as I won't say little growth, but like little growth as it is.
Well, I just looked now. It's funny, we had the same amount of videos up. Well, you have 166, I have 167. Yeah. So you post tomorrow. I already posted today. So when you post tomorrow, we'll have the exact same amount of videos up on our channel. That's funny.
Yeah. So like, I know what a lot of YouTubers or people would decide like, oh, 50 for this many videos, I should stop. Which I've been, discouraged a couple times, but I still continue the grind. I find when I'm like looking back at every now and then the past videos I've done, and I've seen that they grew randomly, I'm like, oh, okay, so people are watching. He's just taking his time. Slow burners, as they call it.
Yep.
But yeah, like well, especially so there was 1 week that I was like iffy, and that was when I streamed those 4 days. Was after surgery. It was like not the week after, but the following week after I streamed for 4 days, because I was like, oh, I still want those videos up, so I streamed for those, which like in reality I could have probably just left it and healed, but I was like, nah, I want I want to be consistent for the days that I promised the viewers.
Because that's the other thing. It's like there's no one, like, that's the thing with YouTube, like there's no one forcing you to do it, but it's like, if you truly enjoy, like with anything in life, ask anyone who has their dream job, or it's like there's always going to be rough patches. That's just a given, whether it's let's say on YouTube's sake, maybe you're having a slow period, let's say a real slow period of like you're not growing barely, or the games you're playing haven't been interesting to you. But it's like, at the end of the day, you're not your viewers' fault, for example. You know what I mean? Like if the people that are watching you, they're already subbed to you or whatever, or maybe they're not, but maybe they're avid watchers. So if people, like when I've seen other YouTubers in the past, like, their channels, let's say, aren't doing as good, so then they start slacking on videos, it's like, well, that's not fair to the people that have been supporting you from day one, or even like through thick and thin. So that's kind of been my thing. Like I said, it's okay. We all have good or bad days, or, especially being a small channel, man, oh man, it is so hard to grow. Like I'm getting close. I'm like getting quite close, but I did the calculations yesterday. I was laying in bed last night, and I was like, all right, I have 2,550 watch time hours. So I was like, okay. And I looked at my analytics just to see, just out of curiosity, I looked at my analytics to see, okay, what am I averaging getting per day watch time hours? And it was like 9 on it. Well, there was days where it was 8, days where it was like 13, 14, 15, but I was like, okay, let's just average it out to like 9 or 10 watch time hours per day. So then based off 9 hours, if I was just averaged as I was getting 9 hours of watch time per day, to get to 3,000 watch time hours to get the channel into the YouTube partner program, not the AdSense part. Like, well, you are partnered, it's just you don't have AdSense yet, but to get like the channel memberships and whatnot, 45 days is what I figured out. And I was like, well, because I thought it was going to be sooner than that, because it's been kind of growing pretty good and my watch time hours have been up, but I think it's just mainly because Vane does really well as far as retention goes, and it's longer videos. So I was like, oh geez, 45 days, like that's still a month and a half away from even just hitting the 3,000, not let alone the 4,000, watch time hours or the 1,000 subscribers thing. Like I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers right now, and I'm actually not too concerned about that. It's been growing somewhat, consistent. Like it's, has its good days, has its slower days, but yeah, the watch time hours is like where it's at, where it's like, it just sometimes seems like it takes forever. And even once you get partnered, here's the thing, again, full transparency, it's not even like you get partnered or you hope to get partnered and you think like, now I'm good, now I can quit my job, and like, no, you're gonna be making pennies. Like you'll be making $1 a month or something. It's just, it's something to work towards, because once you get it, you're like, all right, now you don't have to worry about that.
That's the real start. So there's two different starts, really.
Yeah.
There's the start to get the time. Exactly. And then there's the start after you get the time and everything.
But at least when you get partnered, it's kind of exciting, because then anything after that, you're like, all right, you don't have to worry about like meeting that threshold. Actually, technically you do, because if you really fall under it and stay under it for a long period of time, you will lose it. But that's like not usually you have to worry about too much. But it's just like when you get partner, you're like, okay, that's done. You checked off that goal, because that's one of the hardest goals for a new channel. I've seen a video can't remember what it was, but it was filled with a bunch of comments of people talking about, they're like, this is my 5th year and I'm almost at 4,000 hours or something. Like, I'm like, man, it was filled with that. Like, people like, I've been at it for 3 years. I got 2,000 some watch time. So it's so difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I can see, like, there's some avenues of YouTube where it is easy, and we've done it where you get it like within
we had it.
Yeah, we had it. I had it. You obviously had it. Like,
well, that's the other thing is it doesn't take that much. All you really need is either one video, maybe with like 50,000, 100,000 views, or like a decent handful of videos with a couple thousand views.
Yeah.
But when you're a small channel and you don't have anything pop off like that, and so all you're getting is like less than 100 views, that's where it takes a while.
Yeah, the impressions, like I was just like slightly looking at the impressions. I'm like, I had one video that did 28,000 impressions, which,
oh really?
Time for bed, obviously. But,
oh yeah.
But like, if people were to click on it and actually watch it, it would be different. But
yeah, but even on, I think YouTube said themselves, like, impressions, you're lucky if you get even 10% of that, or or is it 2% or 2 to 10%? I think is what you're lucky if you get.
Oh, I understand, so, like, but and then like that's the thing. Like, I'm kind of excited for eventually is getting to the point where, hey, if there's a older game I play, because I know I watch a bunch of big YouTubers, they'll play older games that came out like, let's just say a month ago.
Well, once you get once you get to a certain size, once you get to a certain size, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's the dream right there. Not having to worry about chasing the the window of like when the game is new. Like, have to post it right away, or you know, and that's the. That was same with in the reaction world though. Yeah. And that's the one aspect we didn't enjoy of it, where it's like, oh, new thing come out, we have to hurry up and get, react to it. But
either like it or don't.
Yeah. And then, like I said, you have stuff in that realm of like we had a reaction channel on that channel. What, 40? No, not even, maybe. Like, by the time it got partnered, it was like 30 videos or something, maybe. Like, it was like no time because we had videos that popped off with like tens of thousands of views. Yeah. And not to mention, not only did it hit the watch time hours, but every one of those videos was short, like under like 10 minutes or less. And it still hit the 4,000 watch time hours within no time. Yeah,
that's the crazy thing. So like, it is a different kind of game plan, and kind of, you have to do it similar but different. Like, you have to be either, well, especially starting out, you have to be the new video either right away. But I usually find within the week, if a game came out, if you play it within the week, you should be all right.
There's a thing like where you can get lucky. Like, for example, your Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 or whatever. Like, there is that window. There's that small. Now, again, it's chance based on both. Because day one, you're not going to be like, everyone's going to be doing it. So but you could, now this is where the luck comes into play. You could get lucky and be the video that pops up first and people click on it. And then once that ball starts rolling, then boom, there you go. Your video's popped off. But then there's also the thing where everyone else has moved on, but maybe, like, there is, especially with popular games, where people are still wanting to watch maybe like Chapter 1 of Poppy's Playtime or whatever. And so when you streamed, I think it was Chapter 1, right? Yeah, it was Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and 3. You gained like a handful of subs from that. But that's probably why my guess is because everyone else has been done with Chapter 1, but you always have other people like they want to go back and watch it or something. Yeah. And rather than rewatching a video they already seen, they search it and they saw you like, hey, someone here, I haven't seen this person. Someone's streaming.
Like a new person playing it. I want their view on it, right? Yeah. Which is another thing. Which, like, I also played when I was streaming. One of the niches I did was older video games. Like, I did like Nintendo 64, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and all that stuff. Yeah. And people like watching old games. Like, it's the nostalgic.
Oh yeah, I streamed Banjo-Kazooie on my old AaronSayWhat channel, and there's a lot of people surprisingly there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, just we keep on going back to it, but like, just keep trying stuff. Like, it could be something new. It could be.
Yeah, because I remember another thing, and that's the other thing. Maybe we'll talk more about in the next pod, but about trying new things is because there's that you might like, I'm sure anyone who's watching this doing YouTube, you might share the same sentiment of nervous to try something new, which I get, you know what I mean? But at least when you're a small channel, it's like, if let's say you average 10 views per video, if you try something new, it gets 2. Well, that's not that much, you know what I mean? Like that's not, it's better to do it then versus when you start to have momentum and you try something new and it flops and it kills your momentum. Like that's the worst. So do it now when you're a small channel. Because you never know what's gonna. I remember on my original channel too, like V1, one of my favorite games of all time was Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, and then there's this fan of the game who was remaking it all in Unreal Engine, and I remember he put out the new demo of like the Great Deku Tree, like dungeon where you could fight the
boss.
Heck's her name, Goma or whatever. Yeah. But anyway, so I remember I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a video of it because I really enjoy this and I wanted to play it. It was such a 180 turn because at that point I was like really only doing horror games because that was what was really popping off on my channel. And I even said at the start of the video, like, I don't know how this, if you guys are, but I just want to play this. And it actually did like it did really well. Like it did above average of even my good normal performing videos. So like, you never know. And then I'm in that boat right now. When I go to Steam, I got so used to going to Steam, opening up and going hit straight on the horror tab. And now I'm like, no, let's see what else is out there. Cause I want to play more stuff. I don't want to just be the one trick pony. Yeah.
Like there's,
cause you also limit how much content you have. If you're limiting yourself to one genre, then it's like, well, now you
don't want to like, you kind of want to, well, I think it's kind of like a main story, but you want to have like side quests added, sprinkled on. So like, if like for us, mainly horror, but you add, like for me, it was usually comical or anomaly games. Like some of them are horror, some of them aren't. But like just sprinkle up. Oh yeah, that doesn't matter. Sorry. Steam overlay keeps on popping up, people. Like there's a game that I'm excited for. It's called Karen. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Yeah, I seen it. I seen it on there on Facebook or something.
Yeah, it's like a scroll with a gun style, goat simulator style, which I'm excited for it.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but one game style that you do on your channel a lot that I can't stand, unless it's done really well, but is anomaly games. Man, if I boot up a game and like it doesn't say in the Steam description, but then I boot it up and it says something about anomaly, I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. There's only been one anomaly game that I've done, and I'm like I couldn't do because it was impossible to figure out. It was I don't know that I forget the name that's even how hard it was. It was like in a weird style where you're in a village and you have to like walk in the village, the entire village, and if you spot nothing, you have to go back. And then, but like it was so hard to see because like fines, if it wasn't like let's just say abrupt or like in your face, oh, this is different, then it's like, oh, okay, well, I can't notice that.
I just realized we kind of forgot to talk about, we talked about it very briefly about how trends in games, but then we didn't get to talk about how like copying, how a lot of them are copies now.
I mean, we could do.
We're at the end, but we'll make it quick here. Yeah. The only thing, because really all I was gonna say is like, for example, we were talking about the collabs earlier of Follow Us, Piece of Ship. I know we talked about Roadside Assistant. What was some other ones? Roadside Assistance. Paranormal Cleanup we did.
It's like the Repo Lethal Company style.
Yeah, what was that other one we played? The bank.
Bank. Oh yeah, bank one. That was.
Oh yeah, that one was when we just literally both were like, nah. But yeah, so what we were gonna talk about quickly with that was just like, that's one trend that I don't like, because, and it's not just in games, it's literally in media, like movies, where instead of thinking of a new idea, they're like, hey, let's make scary movie, whatever the number was now, 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Which again, I don't know, that could be funny, but I'm just saying, like, just instead of thinking of new stuff, there's like, hey, let's remake all this old stuff. It worked back in the day. And sometimes it can be done well, but like a lot of times it just leaves you with like, okay, well, cool, I got more of the same. But like, where's the Like when Star Wars first ever Star Wars ever come out, it was like revolutionary and people loved it. Well, why not try to chase and recreate that? You know, because all these things that are being remade started out as just an idea that someone had, and they're like, I don't know, you know, whether it was Star Wars or freaking, I don't know, Pokemon or what's some other Lord of the Rings, you know, horror movies, Friday, like anything that's like, you know, a classic, one of the Titanic or whatever, you know, some of these what people consider like the best movies, Avatar. It's like, well, they all didn't copy anyone. They were all fresh new ideas. So why not try to think of stuff like that rather than just being like, hey, well, we haven't made a new Lord of the Rings in a while. Like, you know what I mean? Or like, it's like,
I think especially for games too, is like developers, they see like this new idea. Let's just say like, because I think that's usually how it happens. One brand new idea that's like, different completely and is super cool and pops off. Well, I think it's a lot of greed. Whereas, like, okay,
it is 100%.
And then you see like 100 of them, the same carbon copy with slight difference.
You know what game did? Not fun. Well, you know, because you were around. I'm sure you probably played it. Like, you know what game killed on YouTube, but oddly enough, there was like, I remember there was maybe 1 or 2 clones of it, but never really did good. Was Gmod Prop Hunt, like the game modes in Gmod, Trouble in Terrace. Like Gmod did phenomenal, and I remember there being like maybe 1 or 2 copies of it, because at least back then people were like, it's like when anyone gives you, and I think we've given the advice in maybe the episode about how to like starting a new YouTube channel, but about, well, yeah, like when you think of it as like, okay, your favorite YouTuber, let's just say Corey Kenshin, I'll just say, because he was always my favorite for a long time. Well, if you try to model yourself being like Corey Kenshin, well, why would that appeal to everyone else when they already have the Corey Kenshin rather than a Temu version? You know what I mean? Or Jacksepticeye or Mark, you know what I mean? They already exist. So if somebody wants to watch Markiplier, why wouldn't they just watch Markiplier? Why, you know what I mean? So it's no different than games. If somebody's, I don't know, like what's a popular game trend? What game do you think started this whole like repo, you know, piece of shit like that style? Which one? What's that one that was? Yeah, maybe Lethal Company. Yeah. So like, if somebody wants to play a game like that, most people just play that. Now, the reason why, I think the only reason why these copies are even able to be made is because you have a large subset of mostly small YouTubers or even big YouTubers that's just playing it strictly for the content. If it wasn't for that, they wouldn't even play it at all. Yeah. But because it's like, hey, I can make a video out of it. You know what I mean? And we were talking about. I'm sorry. You go.
I said I'll give them props for not making the games cost as much. Like a lot of times it's like $5. So it's like whatever. But like, yeah, it is what it is.
Well, like we were talking about before of like, we're going to start to, what we'll probably start doing is just like really, because before we just would see one on Steam. All right, look cool and buy it. But now we're just going to like, we're going to try to maybe do a bit more research into it before. And like, for example, my follow us video, I ended up posting, but I was this close to not posting. That's why I only showed my POV of like the fun part of the game. Cause like if I would have just left in like the part where I'm in the van, it's like, just like well, that's boring for my viewers. If people want to see that POV, they can go watch yours. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was my thought. But yeah, I'm in the boat where I don't want to put out a bad video just for the sake of having a video. If it ends up being a flop or the game you played is boring, I guess I'll scrap it and move on.
Yeah. Like and I'll be honest, most of the time it's me suggesting the games rather than you.
Well, some of them that flopped on my channel, I had fun doing. Like Piece of Ship, but I think with Piece of Ship, I actually kind of had fun, but at least we kept it short. You know what I mean? We got in, we did what the game had to offer, and we didn't try to stretch it out. That's the problem with Paranormal Cleanup, for example.
There's probably another one.
Like I never uploaded that one is because I might, because it's still, I still have it, you know, as one of the ones I might actually upload, but it's just we played it for way too long. You know what I mean? We should have just did what it was, and that's it. But like, no, I have like, I mean, follow us. That one probably wasn't a great hit. I kind of didn't enjoy that one that much.
I think Storebound could be good. And I think what we should do for that, because it's episodic, we'll just do like the first episode, see how well it does.
Vasilisa was all right for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then it got boring. Silent Breath was fun. Shift at Midnight was fun. I enjoyed Good Boy. I actually had fun with that one. So there are the
ones you suggested.
I don't think I suggested Good Boy, did I?
Yeah.
Maybe I did. Oh, okay. Well, all the ones I suggested.
Vasilisa was what you suggested. I think Shift at Midnight was you too. So.
Well, Shift at Midnight was because that was a real popular one anyway. But.
Emissary Zero is another one that we're thinking of. Like, I mean, I grabbed it because it was like on sale, so it wasn't terrible. But yeah, what we're going to start doing is like in and out, set a time frame. Don't port, because like there was a couple of recordings that were like way too long. I'm trying to go quick on this.
Yeah, the bank one.
Bank
I don't even think we went too long, but
no, that one wasn't long. That was
just like no, yeah.
Yeah. I kind of want to, because like we can go longer, guys. Like, trust me, but like we're trying to stick to the hour because it's easier editing, which isn't much. You just cut and make the audio.
Well, plus like it's not for it's almost 10 o'clock now already. Just so you guys know, so we're getting ready. That's the other thing I have to start doing better is we're getting ready to be going back to work, and when I'm off. If I sleep in, I mean, I still have to get up somewhat early, but I can sleep in until 10, no problem. Not when I have to get up at 5 when it comes time to work, or no, 6. I have to leave at 6. So
yeah,
but anyway,
daylight saving time too, right? So you're getting up at 5.
So I don't want to stay up super late. I got to start cranking that back and getting used to waking up earlier. So we could obviously. Oh, if you just left us with no. Just no regard, we could probably record like an 8-hour long podcast. But again, we don't want to burn through every topic and have like 3 episodes and then have like nothing to talk about. So,
which we've done before during the working season. We'll talk.
We'll talk more about that in the next one.
Yeah, so
maybe about like doing that.
So yeah, if you like this stuff, the podcast, make sure hit that like button for us. Lets us know.
Go crazy on that like button.
Go crazy on that like button. Yeah, it just lets us know you guys are enjoying the podcast. It's like because I've been enjoying the podcast.
Oh yeah, me too.
Comment any questions you have for us, because like I've been waiting. I've been looking, so we can answer any questions you guys have. And if you guys want to sub to us, our channels will be in the description. And you want to sub to this channel, obviously. No stress. No stress.
No harm, no foul.
No stress. Yeah. Bye.
Bye.